Did you know, the Great Khali performed a move that accidentally took another wrestler's life? In 2001, Khali was training at the California-based organization All Pro Wrestling. During one particular session, Khali was practicing with a man named Brian Unn. The two were practicing the Spinebuster, with the Great Khali being the one executing it. Khali's opponent landed incorrectly and hit his head on the mat. Brian Unn had already suffered a concussion earlier, and the two injuries combined caused damage to his spine and skull. Eventually, an ambulance was called, but Unn was pronounced dead on arrival. Khali was not found guilty, but he chose to never perform the Spinebuster again. While he's most well known for his time in WWE, Khali was a part of WCW for a short while. Only 6 months after he began his wrestling training in the United States, the Great Khali was signed by World Championship Wrestling. He continued training with WCW, but the company closed before he could make his debut, and he was not picked up by the WWE. The Great Khali never had any dreams of becoming a wrestler, but an interaction with a police officer changed that. Khali grew up in Himachal Pradesh, India, where he worked as a stonecutter. Because of his size, Khali needed more food than the average person, so he often worked later than his colleagues. One day, a Punjabi police officer spotted him, and after learning the reason why the Great Khali worked so hard, the officer landed him a job with the police. With the higher salary, Khali was able to afford a TV, and this allowed him to watch wrestling. He was so amazed by what he saw that the Great Khali decided he wanted to make a career as a wrestler. In 1989, Khali moved to the United States to pursue wrestling, but what's interesting to note is that in 2008, well into Khali's WWE run, he was still employed by the Punjabi police. He was listed in the records as on leave without pay and sick and indisposed. The reason for keeping the Great Khali employed with the Punjabi police was that he was seen as such a huge asset. An article from the Times of India also noted that there was a strong support for Khali across all of the police departments. The name Kali comes from the Hindu goddess of the same name. Kali is known as the goddess of time, creation, power, and destruction, which of course fits well with the Great Khali character. Interesting to note that the goddess Kali is often pictured dancing on the Hindu god Shiva. This could have been the inspiration behind the Great Khali's Punjabi playboy character, where one of his traits was dancing. Before the name Great Khali was chosen, several other names were up for consideration. Some of the names include Big Bahima, which was a character from the Indian epic Mahabharata. Lord Shiva was another potential name, but it was rejected out of fear that it may be offensive. The reason being that Shiva is one of the principal deities of Hinduism. In 2007, Khali was given a manager named Ranjan Singh, who acted as an interpreter. Singh stopped managing Khali in 2011, but he's still employed by WWE. Currently, he acts as the senior vice president of WWE's creative team. Fans know that the Great Khali went through a radical character change during his run. From his debut in 2006 up till 2008, Khali was shown to be a powerful, violent monster. However, roughly 2 years after his debut, he got the nickname the Punjabi Playboy, and became more goofy and lighthearted. This character change actually had malicious intent behind it. Khali's contract was set to expire in 2008, and during negotiations, WWE felt that he had become too demanding and was planning on not re-signing him. To make him less appealing before he left, WWE changed his character to a silly comic relief. You would think this would make Khali upset, but in an interview, he said he had no issues with the Punjabi Playboy character. While Khali was fine with it, his wife wasn't as comfortable. After leaving WWE, the Great Khali revealed that after he had started doing the Kiss Cam segments, his wife wanted him to leave wrestling and return home. According to Khali, the Punjabi Playboy wasn't the only attempt to damage his appeal. In 2011, Jinder Mahal debuted in WWE as the husband of Khali's sister. Mahal had forced the Great Khali to do his bidding. If Khali didn't obey, then Jinder would divorce Khali's sister, and their family would go back into poverty. The storyline was seen as regressive by some Indian viewers, and in an interview with Youth Ki Awaaz, Khali said that it was done on purpose to leave his fans from India scandalized and alienated. While there have been attempts to hurt the Great Khali's appeal, he is still very popular in his home country. In India, there's a street named after him in the city of Delhi. On top of that, in the state of Haryana, Khali had an ATM machine that also bared his name. Additionally, after debuting in the WWE, fans from India were so supportive of Khali that they would pray for him to win his matches. Khali's popularity extends even beyond India though. On August 13, 2009, the Great Khali Day was celebrated in Mexico. Outside of wrestling, Khali has opened his own business. While living in Houston, Texas, the Great Khali opened a liquor store in the town of Humble called GK Liquor. While not confirmed, it seems likely that GK is an abbreviation for Great Khali. The store has since shut down, but Khali still owns his own business. In 2015, Khali started his own wrestling school in the Indian village of Karnal called Continental Wrestling Entertainment, or CWE. The school's done very well, so well in fact that in 2017, WWE hosted tryouts at the training facility. What might be even more impressive is that the CWE YouTube channel currently has over 2 million subscribers and over 732 million views. Did you also know that Triple H wasn't allowed to look weak in promotional material for a WWE video game? Check out the video to the left to learn more about that. Also, this show is inspired by Did You Know Gaming, so be sure to check out their channel.